let it all go, let it all go. No submission, this is 250. Greatness or death, this is how we roll. Before I'm laid to rest, I'll conquer the globe.
To a woman. But do you miss
Fleece.
prison?
Nah, I miss booty.
Oh, wow.
That's what I miss, booty. Nigga, the first piece of sex I had was booty. Don't forget, I went into prison, man. I was in jail at 14. Turned 15 in jail, hit prison at 16. I growed up in the penal system.
Damn.
Ain't never had the first American virgin, as you can call me. But when I got introduced to some booty, hey, it was fire too, boy.
Oh, my God.
Made me close my eyes, man, when I came.
Yo, Michael T. Porter here, 250 Gemstones Exchange. This is where I give you guys great content in exchange. You guys, if you like, comment, or subscribe, hopefully all three of the above. And don't be afraid to share my videos. Pass me around, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. And y'all know how I feel about my ching. If you'd like to support the channel, Cash App, $ Michael US. Also check out the website, 250gemstones.com.co. Also, check out my Spotify podcast, the 250 Gemstones podcast. Link is in the description. Y'all stay and watch the whole video because you need to talk. Oh, excuse me. Got a little tongue-tied because I'm quite baffled at what goes on in our prison system. I've been trying to tell people there's two sets of laws. If you don't believe that, well, did you hear what Fleece was talking about? Did you hear him? How these grown men, talking about white men, put a black child in prison with grown men. They sick. Nobody gonna convince me. Not all white people. I'm talking about most of the ones in power. And I'm gonna do a show on my podcast about the history of white folks and their sexual immorality. It goes back to the Romans and the Greece and even before Jesus came the first time. Even before 500 BC, 600 BC, 1000 BC. I'm talking about way, I mean, doing unholy things with children. They sleeping with everything moving. They relatives. I mean, it's in their bloodline. It's in their history. So this, what we see in our justice system is tied to their culture. Now, do all white folks participate? Absolutely not. But a good handful, they're adhering. That's part of their culture. It's part of their mindset. Because no grown man is going to think it's appropriate to put, even if the child is bad, it's still a child. If you 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, you pretty much, you're grown ass nigga. You're a grown man. And to have somebody put somebody in a system to where they have to defend themselves, a world they don't know nothing about, in this world, this prison system of homosexuality and butt play, it's being pushed. See, like I said, this system is designed based off the culture of white people. So white people are into this type of stuff, sleeping with children and all this type of stuff. It's spread out to other cultures now. Middle East, they known for that too. But it's really heavy in the white culture. So this is normal to them, as to where you throw a child in prison. Because if you're a grown man, typically, if you a good man, you love the world like a father, or you love the world like an uncle or a brother. Meaning, if you love the world like a father gives instruction. A man preserves life. How are you preserving a 14-year-old's life? By throwing him in a box, an institution to where he's already weaker than the other men in there, because they know what goes on in there, and they're hoping that whatever goes on in there, it will be done to the children. They are sick.
tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off. There have been a lot of lies set around this dinner table here tonight, but that you
Threw
can't
Fleece
believe.
nigga ass in there. He was 14. They in the juvenile, but they threw him in the actual prison 16. 16 when he actually went to prison. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When white folks, when their children, especially their white males, or let's say they haven't killed anybody, but let's say they're just a badass, or they're just a badass kid. They don't listen to their parents. They just joyriding. Little petty stuff kids do: joyriding, graffiti, vandalism, just out, just being a menace. And then when they finally get a big charge, let's say they get a big dope charge, or let's say they get an assault charge. Let's say they didn't kill nobody, but they get an assault charge. Like he beat up a old lady real bad. The very system that throws black children into that system to where they can get molested and raped and extorted and abused or even killed, they don't right away do that to their own. This is why the population of whites to black is so off the rail. More whites commit more crimes, but one, you don't see it on the media, and two, they don't lock up their own. It's very seldom that they lock up their own, because I did the reports. Now y'all can go look at the statistics. The statistics that how much white folks are involved in crime is off the chain. But of course, it's more white people. So if there's more white people in this country, there should be more white people in prison. But there's more blacks, so it lets you know what's going on. So when let's say Trevor, when little Trevor, he's 14, 15, they don't approach him ready to throw him in a prison so he can get butt raped and all this type of foolishness. They get him some counseling. He's still a child, 14, 15, 16. He's still a child. Well, what's going on, Trevor? This is how the system. What's going on, Trevor? Is always linked to some type of divorce, the destruction of the family. See, when something is problematic in a white child's life, is really usually because it's a broken home. But here's the thing. When a white child is affected by a broken home, there's counseling. What's wrong, Trevor, is come on. At first, Trevor's all hardcore. He's like, no, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. And then he finally, the white boys be crying. The white kids be crying. I just miss my dad. I just miss my dad. Man, fuck you and your punk ass daddy. Because we do not get the same treatment. Take that same black 16-year-old out of Compton, New Orleans, Miami, South Beach, Bronx. Not Bronx. They probably got niggas up there too. Queens, Harlem, Philly. Take that same black teen out of Chicago, and he tearing up some shit, graffiti, punching women. He just angry. We say, well, we're gonna send you to the juvenile system, then we're gonna send you to prison because you are just too violent. You should know better. You should. At 16, my God, you're pretty much a grown man. Everything in your life is your fault, and you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But until you understand that concept, Lil Jamal, we're gonna throw you in there with these oversized gorillas. We're gonna throw you in there in the world of predators and extortioners and people that play mind games all day, people that's testing you all day, and it's hard for a grown man to deal with this type of things, the pressure and the getting whipped by the guards, all these horrific things that go on. A grown man has to deal with that. A grown man has to practice restraint. Grown men are aggressive, but you can't be aggressive because then that's going to give the guards a chance to whoop on you. But if you don't do it, then people think you weak. It's tough for a grown man to deal with this, but you throw a child in there 16 with men in there that's 26, 36, 46, 56 that know all the ins and outs of the penitentiary, all the blind spots, all the foolery. You don't know who knows who. You throwing them in a place you don't know nothing about, and they deliberately do that. So like I said, unholy things can happen to him. But in the eyes of the white man, a black boy is a grown man. No. We will give you the full sentence. We will it's actually unconstitutional for them to do this. But we're going to even break the Constitution to make sure you get in the booty house and get turned out, and your soul will be questioned. You come out You know, they don't want you to be like Zulu. They don't want you to be like Shaka Zulu. They don't want you to be like Martin Luther King. They don't want you to be like Malcolm X. They don't want you to be tough. They don't want you to be masculine. They don't want you to be smart. They don't want you to have a family and produce and protect your family. They don't want you to have guns. They don't want you to have education. They don't want you to get your body together and push health within yourself, your family, your community. No, they want you in that booty house so your soul can be destroyed. And they're kind of hoping that you don't make it. The probability you not making it is great. And then the psychology, your mind is all messed up because you've been in survival mode for 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. You went in at 15, 16, you came out almost 60. And white folks, now like I said, you white folks, you listen, not y'all, not the good ones on my channel. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. They're sick. Them white folks at the top are sick. They into that unholy things with children. They're into homosexual. They into this humping every day. They're sick. So I said, I never judge no man. I don't know what Fleece saw. I mean, he's telling the stories now. And I don't look at these stories. Like, I don't think it's funny what happened to Fleece. I don't think that happened to no man, especially a black man. No man should ever go through those type of ordeals, especially throwing a child in prison with grown men. But y'all let me know, was the justice system right for throwing a child in a violent institution with grown men? I'm gone.